Hey John.
Hey, okay, nice hat. Were you working on your ADU?
Yeah, a little bit more of a garden day today. I got the terminals spinning. Got my weekly quotas refilled. So
That's awesome. You can get outside and just so do you turn on remote mode on Claude so you have it on your
I haven't
phone?
messed with that much. But most of the time, well, actually, it really depends on what you're doing. But and things can spin for up to like 36 hours often, or I'm doing like tight synchronous work, and it's also now with the new ultra code effort on Claude. It
Yeah.
does take more time because it's like now doing a little bit more like the workflow I like, which is like kind of deliberating, doing less of research, synthesizing it, going. They kind of like just baked it in. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, not so much. I've experimented with it when it came out, and it was like a little clunky for me. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not quite baked, but it's been a couple months, so it's probably nicer now. And actually, it's also been because both like Codex and Claude now have it and advertise it, which like makes me even think now like like having the hosted terminal in Bitter is like maybe like somewhat unnecessary. Like it's there as like okay, you can kind of get in there and mess around, but it may just be that you open the hosted terminal, like log in with your Codex or Cloud subscription, and then just type like slash remote and you continue on your phone because they've made it really nice. And there's really no reason for me to reinvent that, when there's whole engineering teams like making that nice. Um, so yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like the whole like bitter thing just keeps like biting too, you know? It's like, well, yeah, no, like this is the doctrine and like all this stuff just keeps ablating away. And I realized that like the only thing kind of well, maybe I'm just realizing it now as we're talking, but what I'm kind of realizing is like as all this stuff is ablating away, it's almost like what you were gesturing as like maybe you should just be like making videos about like how you code and stuff, like maybe not to fully that degree, like, but yeah, I basically like right now like reworking the homepage to something much simpler. Um, and it's funny because I've been like, I've reworked the homepage 1,000 times at this point, but here's my new sketch for it. I don't know if you can see that at all.
Oh, nice. You're home for your AI projects. That's awesome.
And just like a
So
little
you took a
house.
picture of it?
Yeah,
Took a picture? Oh, it has, yeah, the house has the um
yeah.
terminal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the idea is that, it's basically what I've been saying. I just want to make the terminal in an environment where it can actually do stuff approachable for people, you know? Um, I saw a thread today for a guy at Catalin, I think his name is, and it's like blew up. And he's basically saying like, I'm writing a guide how to like install like a Hermes agent or OpenClaw, I think, on a Hetzner box, which is like exactly what I'm doing, right? Like Hetzner Compute is the compute provider I use at the moment. And that's basically what you get when you sign up and you get a bitter box. It's a Hetzner box that's all like configured with you. And I was like thinking to respond to him and be like, well, let me give you like a download of like how I do it. But I figure I'll let him put it together and then respond to that constructively if there's any differences or whatever. It could be interesting. But yeah, so but like, in some ways it's obviously very complicated if he has to like spend a few days to like write a guide and figure it out. And I think that validates what I'm trying to do, which is like, yeah, that's really powerful. And yeah, just like make it turnkey and easy. And like now I think my forcing function is like I want my kids to be able to use this. So when I'm in Hong Kong, I think that's like what I'm gonna do. Like I think like the Joe AI thing really inspired me. It's like, yeah, this like my kids should be able to use it. They should be able to go and start a project and start messing around on a terminal. And like it's why not? And like literally make it that simple. And just like yeah, that's how I'll like user test it is like if it doesn't work for them, like I'm still not good enough.
That's a fun one. Have they built? I don't remember how old your kids are, but have they built anything using Claude or Codex?
My oldest is 9, and we've collaborated on stuff. We've built some like color by numbers, like an iOS app and stuff. Um, and it's fun. It's definitely fun. And there's one game, Juice Axe. You can go to juiceaxe.com, which is kind of like a artillery game, like a Worms kind of clone type thing. That like we just I take requests from them like, okay, what kind of weapon do you want? What kind of vehicles do you want? And we just like make it so. And so yeah, you can play some Juice Axe. It works on the phone and stuff.
Yeah, I see it. Juiceaxe.com. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So part of the game's Nexus.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
so we've had some fun, but I've always been like, like felt like too busy. But so I think like one thing that's so exciting, and I watched your I'm spacing on the name now. What's his name? The YouTuber that does the 1 minute shows.
Oh, you watched Nas.
Nas. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I went to his channel and I watched his like 6 minute like featured video where he's like, it took me 15 years to make this video. And it just kind of tells his life story. And it's all about like personal agency and like, it ends with the Steve Jobs quote where it's like once you figure out that you can just kind of like push on the universe and like stuff happens, like you'll never be the same or something like really, really inspiring quote. And yeah, I think I really needed that. So thank you for recommending it to me. It was like really
Yeah, that's cool.
inspiring. And I think it's a
We
really
should
good
link to
message.
it in the show notes.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good. I was like a really inspiring story of like, his kind of introduction to his journey and stuff. And
that's cool.
um
I should watch it. I don't know that doesn't ring a bell. I don't know that I've seen it, but yeah, started watching him early. That's so cool.
yeah, and it's interesting how he communicates. I think he's like deliberately like talking a little bit slowly because he's trying to make it approachable to like a worldwide audience who may not be like, you know, um,
Yeah,
super
native
versed in
English
English even
speakers.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, anyways, I just thought there was a lot to learn from him, in terms of just like a communicator and just someone who took responsibility for their life and like took it really far. And yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. So that's some of the stuff on my mind. Basically, same old. Whittling down
Yep.
the bitter factory thing into something approachable, and now trying to take a more extreme angle on it. It's like literally kids should be able to understand it. And that was actually it kind of catalyzed. I wish I would have caught the name. I went to this like kind of like founder meetup in Palo Alto the other day, and I kind of got to like people pitching, and this one guy, he like looked at me. He was like, "Look, like explain it to me like I'm five." And I was like, well, I give your agent a computer that it can do cool stuff." And then he was like so disappointed. He was like, he like slapped a laptop. He's like, why can't I just use this thing, but it wasn't like time to talk more. And I was like, damn, like I failed. That was like a horrible pitch. And but it stuck with me. And like I realized like, yeah, I didn't like make a convincing explanation to a 5-year-old. And so I think that was really, really good feedback. So shout out if you're out there. I wish I would have caught your name. Um, but you got me thinking. Yeah.
So, terminal in the cloud, 5-year-old doesn't get that. Computer that helps you build fun things. I don't know, sounds kind of like ChatGPT or sounds kind of like an AI. Mm,
Mhm.
yeah, it has to have some differentiator from
Mhm.
why it's different, I guess, than
Mhm.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Where you can build things and actually publish them, maybe. It's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. Like when we talk about like everything being absorbed into the providers and stuff, and like, I think there is like a pretty clear seam in terms of like them not really wanting to like push too much into like systems of record and systems of action because that's just like the whole universe at that point. And yeah, I saw an interesting thread on X where someone was saying like that they don't think that providers will own like the application layer because like they're getting like punished every time they push into it. I'm not sure I fully agree with it, but they're basically saying like when OpenAI started focusing more on like Sora and apps and stuff like this, like Claude kind of pulled ahead on like just like focusing on like the model, and then now Claude is like doing co-work and all these things, and like OpenAI is kind of like pulling ahead again on the model layer, like by like focusing more on that. And I don't know. Maybe it's just a narrative. There's probably like it's not so like much of a pendulum swing in terms of how they allocate resources, but like yeah, I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's just about this is a big question for people, right? It's like how where does the application layer seem kind of start and stop? And yeah.
Yeah. Just seems like the most important people or the most valuable people. That's to mainstream businesses are the forward deployed engineers, are the people who are going out and have the knowledge of what AI is capable of and are inside of legacy businesses transforming them. Or, of course, there's the other people who are just rebuilding legacy businesses. Unless you're a lab, those two things seem to be the two options in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I've been
Or I
feeling
guess,
like
or obviously there's like research.
what was that? Sorry.
Or there's research, there's doing
Sure.
research, there's and
Sure.
I guess there's enabling people to create things. I'm trying to like point my voice to go into my ear.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's so much. I don't know. I've been feeling like kind of pensive. Like this is day 10. And I still, still know like customers to really show for it. Bitter SH isn't like even fully launched. Still, it's like request access. Everything's still kind of so up in the air. So like, yeah, but I think I need to still give myself a little bit of time to just like stay like kind of focused on the initial mission of like, okay, I think there's still really something here in terms of like making um sort of just like the modern agentic uh, software production process that I'm feeling like I can understand and embody like pretty well, accessible to others. I still feel like that's a huge unlock, and I haven't actually like delivered it yet, you know? And so I think, yeah, I still think like my should be my primary focus until like maybe like if by day 30 I'm still like beating around the bush with it, then it's like okay, maybe that's like a signal that either like I'm not the one to do it or it's just whatever it may be, or I should think about other things. But um so that's kind of how I'm
Maybe,
viewing the
yeah.
art.
Need to do like some type of brainstorm where you start eliminating things to collapse in on a certain path.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, I gotta cut us so I can walk to my gate.
absolutely. Good chatting, John. I'll see you
Yeah,
later.
good short one today.
Sure.
See you, dude.